Hi, I'm Kevin Chang, a 15-year construction veteran and LinkedField CEO, a remote construction staffing firm. Remote work and hybrid work isn't going to go away. There's a survey with top executives across multiple industries. They basically asked them, what do they think about their company and how remote work and hybrid work actually fits into the next 5-year planning. The surprise, it turns out that a majority of these executives actually answered in private, right, through a survey, that remote work isn't going away, hybrid work isn't going away, but instead in the next 5 years, it's actually going to increase. So the data actually specifically states projected that remote work and hybrid work each kind of occupy about 5 to 10% of the workforce. Yes, the majority of the business will be with in-person workers, but about 10 to 20% will either be fully remote or hybrid work. This is all a survey and everyone's predicting what's going to happen in 5 years. But no matter what that number ultimately becomes, this is scary. I told people to say, don't be scared, but I'm like, everyone's saying, oh, where's a recession? How come it hasn't hit yet? The reason it hasn't hit yet is because our dry powder is very strong, right? This is the first indication that the dry powder is like dwindling. I'm going to be tracking construction starts. And what that means is basically how many construction projects actually start. And that's an indication of how well the market's doing. Construction starts tumble as mega projects falter. One kind of specific point that's different this month is that the Architectural Billing, BILLING index, or ABI for short, for the first time since the pandemic, it's dropped. So when the ABI number actually drops, now, why is that important? Because as the architect and designer's billing drops, that means there's less projects that's hitting the pipeline, so that in 9 to 12 months from now, there's going to be less construction jobs and therefore less construction starts. The unlikely hero in pursuit of net zero. I just love this name, huh? This is like unlikely hero. Who is that? It's everybody. Everyone has a role to play to make the whole world more sustainable. But I think what was cool about this article was that it went ahead and gave you data to back what it's trying to claim, why this is so important. That just the population growth is going to be so intense. So like 30 years from now, we're going to need to build so much infrastructure. It's equivalent to trying to build a New York City, the skylines, the housing, everything, infrastructure, every single month. You just think about that. Can you build a New York City in a month? There's no way. But this is how, based on current trajectory, we're going to have to do that just to keep up with population growth. With that much growth, sustainability is going to be a big driver. So California, first of the states to pass a law that's basically requiring VCs or venture capitalists to report on their investments diversity information, DEI. Why is this ultimately good for remote construction professionals? Is because we could be one of those levers that these firms could pull to help them increase their diversity inclusion initiatives. I'll just take the most common kind of example. There's a gender discrepancy right now in the construction industry, right? It's traditionally hard to find females, but if you're now hiring a remote construction professional, your pool opens up, you have more chances to find female candidates to fill those roles, right? So ultimately, this leads to better opportunity because it's forcing construction companies and even construction tech companies to expand their search to beyond just the geographic region. And overall, that's great for remote because we're everywhere. Diversity, not racism, must be construction's default. 5 ways to improve construction, diversity, and equity inclusion. Now, this person is the CEO of Novo Construction, which is a contractor in the Bay Area in a city called Menlo Park, California. He's a first-generation Chinese-American. He's now a CEO of a construction company, a huge top ENR construction company. And he runs his business with diversity and equity as part of his DNA. He feels like the industry as a whole could do a better job at walking the walk rather than just talking the talk when it comes to DEI initiatives. He thinks it's important to start from the top. There's no point in just hiring diverse workforces. The management, the executive leadership needs to be that way. And so he's practicing his own advice. Half of his executive team are women. Just having that kind of diversity at the executive level is unprecedented in construction. So that's just one example of how he says that you should build a business from the top down with that mentality set up. There's this group called AEC Unites, and they're made up of very big company executives. And they are basically calling for more Black prime contractors. And companies from this group is pretty amazing. So CEO of Turner Construction, one of the biggest general contractors in the country, Henselfeld president and CEO, WSP, Gensler, like Executive Vice President, COO. My God, Clark Construction Group, and former HOK Chairman and CEO. Big name, big companies kind of backing this initiative to find more diverse general contractors to be in the construction ecosystem. This group actually started there, and they have expanded to other trade partners. So not only has this group said that we're going to help this, they've actually created a database of specialty contractors and other general contractors and made this open source. If you're a remote construction professional and you're looking for opportunities, go on that list. 3 universities received grants from the National Science Foundation to build AR/VR technology for project safety. So you might be from construction industry all your life, but maybe you're curious and you're looking for a way to jump into construction tech. The University of Dayton in Ohio, University of Nevada, Las Vegas, and Texas A&M, all 3 of these universities received a grant to basically work on AR/VR. They're going to be basically taking job site photos of safety hazards and then throwing it into a system, a software that's going to help them identify safety hazards. This is great is because you can imagine when the tech is fully developed, you can put AR/VRs, walk through the site, and based on that, it will identify safety risks. Before the tech is fully developed, it needs to be tested and improved. And this is where an opportunity for a construction professional kind of comes in. They're going to be looking for construction professionals that know these safety incidents to be able to look at these thousands of photos and help them identify what kind of safety risk. Tips from 3 construction companies that were actually voted best places to work. They have programs to make construction more fun or a company to be more likable is they let you bring your kids or your dogs to work, right? I feel like those are great. You know, you can bring dogs and you bring your kids to see you once in a while. But at the end of the day, the core problem is that the industry is really tough, right? It's high stress, and people that work in it tends to feel like they're in an island because you're on a job site for like 2 years at a time, dealing with kind of the same people all around work. It's not really that much fun. We're social animals. We like to socialize people, right? If a company can introduce remote workers to help to work with these on-site people, it's a way to kind of change their mindset a little bit. So it's not just always dealing with the same people. So I really see this as an opportunity to get 2 birds with 1 stone, We have this position called change order compile and review. So if you're a construction professional that have experience reviewing, compiling change orders for construction projects, we're looking for you. So this position is specifically looking for someone with 3 to 10 years of experience. Now there's a big spread. It's because we have change orders that really require basic compiling and basic construction knowledge to more industry expert, deep knowledge of construction. So if this seems like something that's interesting to you, please check out our website and apply. Good luck. Word of the day, schedule. For people in construction, we know that has really double, maybe sometimes triple meanings. A schedule for construction basically can mean the time component. Schedule, yes, project time schedule. A project is supposed to start today and finish in 18 months. Then you have a schedule that you create that outlines what you're supposed to do every month, every day, for example. But then again, you have a schedule, which could also mean a table or a spreadsheet of some sort. So you could be in a drawing sheet and you could see a door schedule. That isn't a schedule that tells you when to install these doors. Instead, it's a table that will tell you how many doors we have in this building, maybe 200 doors. And each line item on that 200 list schedule will outline each individual door and the size, the thickness, the properties of it. You could also have a window schedule, instrument or device schedules, whenever that word is used without context. There is some confusion. For more content like this, please like, share, subscribe, or sign up for our newsletter, LinkedField Briefings. This is scary.